Hello, today we are going to talk about PVS-Studio, which is a static analysis tool for C and C++. We're going to apply it to KD projects and look at the issues that PVS-Studio finds on a KD project, on a KD Git repository. So let's see where we are. So first of all, we have kdesrc installed. We have built Qt file with it, and we are trying to build the software named kAlgebra. So let's do that. Start the console. Let's look at path, environment variable. So it has kdesrc minus build in path. Let's look at the kdesrc-build file. So this includes dependencies, defaults. I use the Qt directory, debug, this is not default, 15 cores, and I'm not using extra gear, just the default KF5 Qt5 file, and because I have a custom Qt, a Qt build by myself, I need this include file also. Okay, Control X, Control C to exit Emacs. And now let's build kAlgebra. It tries to build kAlgebra directly, which is not okay. So we need to tell it to include dependencies. Okay, so it's 6 git repos to build, sysadmin repo metadata, and then 6 others. Okay, the big dependency is Analiza. It depends on Kirigami because it has a version for QML. It also has a version for Qt widgets. Okay, and it's using my branch, not master, which is maybe okay, maybe not. So we need to run PVS-Studio on it, so it built correctly. We can make it work. So we can, for instance, run it. From tilde/kd/usr/bin. This is where kdesrc-build builds by default. Let's start it. Okay, the source code is wrong. Let's try to fix it. Since I told kdesrc to use the layout, the directory layout invent, not flat, which is default. I need to change to the source directory and then to education and then kalgebra. Okay. If patch with GUI. I need to revert this thing. I need to switch to the master branch. Okie. Now let's build again. Where are you? Okay, it has built. We don't need to set the environment variables again. In the second tab inside console, we can run kalgebra. Let's look at it. Okay, so the resolve of this equation is shown, and if I click into the input box, it's pasted what I click on. Okay. I have some issues with my theme. Doesn't use the default KDE themes, not a problem. Next, what is PVS-Studio? So PVS-Studio is a static analyzer. SAST. So in the general direction of a linter or a static code analyzer, fxcop in .NET, SonarQube for the DevOps guys. Okay, I have requested a trial because I need the support for C++ and C, which is not available in no. Okay, so I could download this version. So I went Linux, C++, and then I went with the TGZ. I downloaded it, and where is it? So it's a TGZ. I unzipped it. There's an install.sh batch file, shell script that installed PVS-Studio, PVS plog converter, and PVS-Studio analyzer into $1, which is the first parameter that I give to the script. So I said, please install into /usr/local. Let's look at the installation. So it's PVS-Studio, PVS-Studio Analyzer, and plog converter. 3 executables. /usr/local/bin is already part of my path. it's this part. Okay. What else? So I unzipped it. I ran sudo /install.sh space /usr/local. Enter. Okay. I am building a Git repo from KDE using CMake, and CMake generates GNU make files. So the first step is CMake to generate make files, then make install. So I should, instead of the second step, instead of going make, I should go PVS-Studio analyzer space trace space -- space make. So I should prefix my make command with this part. Okay, let's see how I get to the make command. Okay, so we're in kdesrc-build kalgebra. We've included dependencies. Now we say we don't want to build 6 Git repos. We want to just build the last Git repo, which is kalgebra, the 6th repository from 6. I go no, include dependencies. It looks okay. Then I know that there's a debug parameter, and I go with the less paginator. So it says it's looking at the source code, which is something that I don't want. I want --no -src. Okay. And it says it needs Analiza and what else? It started to build. It has created a directory. This thing, home /p/kd, so my home directory /kd/build/education, and then algebra. It's running CMake from that directory, and the command line is CMake -b -s, the full path to my source code, gunix makefiles. Let's copy this command line. Copy. Control V. Okay. So it says found optional courses ECM. Everything seems to be okay. And then it says again cd to the same directory, and it will run the command gmake -j15. Okay. And it's setting these environment variables. And then it's running gmake -j15. Okay. We let it do its thing. And then it does make install. Gmake install fast. Okay, Control V. We let it do its thing. Everything's up to date. Great. Now we try to do the exact same thing. So let's go to a new tab inside of console. We need to go to this directory. Okay. So tilde/kd/build/ecaec502 We try to run gmake-j15. Looks okay, but I'm not sure it's enough. So it says setting these environment variables. So let's see if my script is the same. So to kdusr and to qt. It's reverse package config. Where are you? This thing here. It's the exact same thing. And then cmake prefix. Let's make the script from scratch. No. We need to look again at the output. What environment variables are set before actually doing configure, the configure step? Okay, so before doing cmake -b, it does these things. So package config, and this part. Before running cmake, it sets environment variables. So let's configure that. Okay. Control, what's that? Z. Delete. To replace, there's no Control H, but Control R. Replace all. This thing becomes an equal, I'm guessing, and then export at the front. Okay. Export the name of the environment variable equals. Control H. Okay. So we need to replace the two. Control R. Okay. Replace. Okay. Control C. You can use this web console tab, paste. And now we can run configure. No, we can't. So we need to close this tab. And we need to delete the entire build directory for KAlgebra. Okay. New browser tab. New console tab. CD, where are you? CD build. CD education. Make this algebra. With the CD algebra. We set the environment variables. Then we run the cmake command. So we need to what? To replace the okay, so now single quotes cmake -b dot means build in this directory, which is the correct directory, kd build education algebra, -s full path to the source code, g unix make files, this requires escaping the space, -dcmake export compile commands bool on, dcmake build type debug, dcmake cxx flag string -pipe, cmake install prefix. It's okay to build inside of the default the default directory for make install for kdesrc-build, and the Qt5 was installed into this directory. Okay. Let's run the configuration step. And now we are ready to run the make step. So instead of make, we need to run PVS-Studio analyzer trace -make and -J16 PVS-Studio analyzer trace -make. Okay, let's see if it works. Okay, and then we go with this command line, paste. Hopefully we don't need no license key because it's already the license key exists in the default directory with the default file path. Okay, we go -J16 again. PVS-Studio analyzer analyze no license key -O output file and -J16 go. Okay, it found the correct license. It says it expires in 28 days. And it created a file named pvs-studio.log. Okay, and now we need to convert this file, which is totally unreadable, It looks like gibberish, gibberish, gibberish. We need to use the plog converter utility. So plog converter minus a ga colon 1 comma 2, which is the default, and then task list, which is the output for format for Qt Creator, report.tasks. Everything is great, and then we're ignoring these three types of warnings, which are really common and don't really, we'll just keep them for now. Just create verbosity, useless verbosity. Okay, so the exact same command line, plog converter minus a minus t task list minus o report.tasks. Okay, copy, Ctrl X, Ctrl C, Ctrl Shift V, and the name of the file is PVS-Studio.log. Go. So it says total messages 21 and not showing one message. Okay, let's look at the results from Qt Creator. So Qt Creator, file, open file or project, kdesrc education, kalgebra, cmakelists.txt open, projects, manage kits, remove once, remove twice, apply OK, import existing build, build education, kalgebra, the entire directory. Okay, it creates a build configurations debug 2, which uses the correct everything. So it will install into the correct directory, which is the directory where kdesrc-build builds. It will take Qt from here, including the header files and everything else, binaries, plugins, kd things from ~kd/usr. Okay. Now we go to the configure button, we say debug 2, which is what we want, and then kalgebra. Let's see if it works. So it started kalgebra. Which kalgebra? So the one from KDE build education kalgebra bin kalgebra. So not the one from ~kd/kd/usr, but the one from ~kd/build. Okay, and since it's using Qt Web Engine, it spawns Google Chromium style subprocesses. Okay. Next, we need to close this and file open the just generated files, the file generated by PVS-Studio. So build, education, kalgebra, report.tasks file. So this file, the output file, report.tasks. Open. And it opens not in the main view where documents open, but in the issues view. So let's look at our things. So it says this file is marked with copyleft license. So what? Okay, yeah, it's marked. I understand what it tries to say because I have right click and I can go get help online. Let's read the thing. It's in Russian. Let's change the language to English. Can we do that like this? Yes, we can. Otherwise, we can change the URL. RU to EN. It's going to work. Okay. So it says, if you develop an open source project, you can simply ignore this warning and turn it off. So we did just that. V1042. V1042. We have ignored this issue. Okay. So until we remove this issue, we can't really see correct anything into the issues view. So let's edit the command line. And we go plog converter again. And we add this parameter after the GA. Ctrl Shift V, go. Okay, so now it says it had 21 messages, but it shows just 4 of them. Okay, the issues view inside Qt Creator has refreshed automatically. Okay, a part of conditional expression is always true, has imports. Inside of C algebra, which is the TUI, the console application for K-algebra. So there's 3 front ends, 3 applications: C algebra, K algebra with full GUI, and then there's the QML, Qt Quick Controls version, which is K algebra mobile. Okay, let's look at this. So it says a part of conditional expression is always true, has imports. Where is has imports defined? Is false. Then it's true if you don't pass any command line parameters or something. File not found. Okay, find next. And this says not has imports. Yeah, because has imports is commented out. Okay. So has imports is false, and then goes has imports is commented out, and then has imports is false, not has imports is true, and true. So indeed this doesn't really make sense, but then maybe has imports equals true was important at some point. Doesn't really matter, it's that code right now. Okay, let's delete this thing. Delete once. Delete this commented out line. And delete this. Okay, Control S. Let's see if it runs. Yep, it compiled correctly then. No, it didn't. We need to run the C algebra. Yes, C algebra. So go C algebra, go. Exited with code 0. Okay. And then what's the other thing? Control S. Issues. Visibility scope of help pointer has exited without releasing the memory. Help pointer. This guy is locked on the heap with new, and then it's added to the menu bar. This is kAlgebra, the front end to algebra, to kAlgebra, which has full GUI with cute controls. And this is the constructor. So the constructor says creates including menus, and somehow this menu might be, this help might not be freed. I don't know exactly how Qt borrows, because Qt calls, I'm going to guess, calls the destructor on some of the objects that it holds at application shutdown time, but I don't know exactly the rules, so we leave this as it is. Analyzer class implements a copy constructor but lacks the copy assignment operator. It is dangerous to use such a class. Let's see the help. Get help online. The law of the big two. Okay, and we go ahead with documentation, and we'll see if we really want to fix this and how to fix it. And fixing issues such as this requires, I don't know, at least 2 hours of research, testing something, trying something, running in the debugger, making sure you're not leaking new memory and stuff like that. Okay. So we're going to park 2 issues, and we have fixed one. The 2 parked issues, we'll paste them in this document, and then we'll probably create a issue inside of kdebugzilla for kAlgebra for the 2 remaining problems found by PVS-Studio. Okay, let's look at the file. So build education kAlgebra report.tasks, this guy. Yes. F4. Okay. So this is done. And these two others are to do. Control A, Control C, Control V, Control S. Let's see how we create the branch and commit for this thing. So let's act from here. So home, KD, source, education, algebra, git fetch, okay, git GUI. Okay, I should be on the master branch. Which I am, and I need a new branch name. So again, I'm on branch master. I need to create a new branch. In here, this is about always true. Like this. I'll check out this branch. I scan. So now I'm on my branch that I'm going to do the merge request from. This was that code, this was commented out, and this was that code. Okay. PVS. What's the name of PVS-Studio? Fixation. This is going to be a long one. Okay, let's commit. Let's look at the history. So on my work branch, I have just one commit. The remote master is just one commit behind. Okay, let's see how many remotes I have. I have a remote called fork. Let's look at it a bit. File new tab, cd kd source education algebra git remote -v. So the default remote is created when you go git clone. It's named origin. I went git clone for this one. And then I have my own fork of the git repo invent.kd.org/education/kalgebra.git, which is called invent.kd.org. and Marius P, my username / kalgebra.git. Let's look at the two Git repos. This is the canonical place, the most important Git repo for KAlgebra. Okay, let me sign in. I have my own fork. If I click on the button, go to your fork, goes there. And in order to add my fork, I go clone with SSH, copy this URL, and git remote add fork, and then paste. Where are you? So my git repo and clone with SSH. And Ctrl-Shift-B. And now I have, if I run git remote -v, I have the output with fork and origin, two remotes. Okay, let me push to my fork, so the always true branch. My remote is named fork. I go push. Okay, close. And now I go refresh on my git repo. And it says you pushed to my git repo a branch, and I can create a merge request with it. So towards education KAlgebra master, correct? From Marius P KAlgebra work Marius P always true, correct? A really long name, fix issue. Static code C++ code analyzer PVS Studio. Static C++ code analyzer PVS-Studio. Delete branch, allow commits from members, the correct name, no draft. I can look at the changes, and it's 1 addition and 3 deletions. So I deleted this part, this line, and this line. This is false, not has is true, and true is not needed. Okay, and I go create a merge request. And for some Git repos, a build will automatically be started using the CI/CD pipeline. Let's look at this. So it tries to build on FreeBSD and on SUSE. Back. Okay. And now the next step is to create a issue on Bugzilla, on the KD Bugzilla, about the two remaining issues found by PVS-Studio. This way we can park this task. Otherwise, I need to investigate and invest time to do merge requests, one per each of these two fixes. I could do that or not. Let's see if I should do that or not. Alright. Debug. So I'm already logged in with my user. I can search for kAlgebra. It's always a good idea to search, right? Let's see if they run PVS-Studio on it. I'm going to guess no. Okay, let's create an issue. I don't know how to do that. File a bug. kAlgebra exists in here. So I go version. Which version? I don't know. (220770). Okay. Platform. Does it really matter? No. What about the package? kdesrc. Is there such a thing? We can't find it because it's not alphabetic at all, which is a problem. Okay, compile sources. OS Linux, severity normal, minor. Okay, summary, PVS-Studio C++, static, code analyzer, 2 issues. I have my text ready. So somebody already ran PVS-Studio on Krita. Summary. Steps to reproduce observed result. Additional information. I don't know. Steps to reproduce. Build kAlgebra using kdesrc-build. Install PVS-Studio C++, Linux, TGZ, 30 days evaluation, observed result. Summary. Let's replace my username. It's not really relevant, right? Control C. Yes, Control V. I'll work on this bug next, and then I'll close it. I probably will have to decide that this is really not an issue and show why. I'll copy paste some article about how Qt works, or part of the source code from Qt. And then this guy probably needs to be implemented. Software OS versions. Dot 15.4. KD frameworks 5.96.0. No possibility of copying, right? Okay. Review. Should I paste the entire thing I did? Who knows? Yep, let's get the command lines from the terminal. And there's the make step. Submit back. Okay, so it was assigned automatically, so it's reported by me. Creation date, time. Mails have been sent. The product is correct, kAlgebra. Automatically assigned to Alish Paul, which is the maintainer of kAlgebra, correct? Okay, it looks great. So, using PVS-Studio, I will continue to run it on the rest of the KD repositories, starting with kcalc and moving from there. So, starting with the easier, simpler Git repositories first. Thank you very much.